Alright guys, how's it going? It's Mr. Extra from Team Extra. Welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna do combo videos. Well, not combo videos, but lines and stuff for Labrynth. I'm long overdue to do this. Anyone who's never seen Labrynth before, but if you play like current, you're gonna know what it is. Trap deck, waifu trap deck. Has a lot of control, sets a lot of cards. Good stuff, right? So what we're going to do here today is I'm going to explain some of the lines, do some test hands, stuff like that with my current build, the one that I've been running, right? So we're going to work with that. Also, we got another set of team sleeves as well. Compliments of Mr. Austin Shields from the squad. Give a shout out to him. Or aka Rooster Smoke on Twitch. So we're going to do a couple of test hands, and then we're going to go over combo lines, situations that you can do. Because Lab, everyone thinks that because it's a trap deck, it is a set 5 pass. There is a lot more to that than set 5 pass. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle this up to make this as realistic as possible. So here we go. I run a 42 card deck for Lab. I usually do pretty good with this, as long as I can see the right things pretty early in. And then, yeah, we're going to get the ball rolling, guys. See some combo lines, hopefully, and go from there. And I've tested pretty much every single thing variant of Lab you can do. I've done Labyrinth, I've done like Layered Darkness Lab, I've done Branded Lab, I've done Lab with all the furniture. By the way, that is the worst version in my opinion. I've done the Lab with all the floodgates. Again, that's not a great one either. You need like a balance, right? So here's what we're going to do. So we'll go ahead and draw a 5, and we're just going to work with what we got, okay? So we got a Skill Drain, an Ash Blossom, an Evenly Matched because like I tend to go second on this deck, Imperm, and a Big Welcome. Now, assuming going first, we're just going to be setting for passing. Probably hold on to the Evenly Matched. I wouldn't personally. But let's assume we're going second, right? Because I don't win the dice roll a lot. Lately I have when I'm playing Sprite, but I don't when I'm playing Lab. Going second, we have a double Evenly Matched. Okay, so let's unpack here. So they build their mighty board, right? They build their board and everything. We have enough gas here to break their board, stop some potential threats, and then go ahead and get started with combo, right? So we go right to battle phase. Well, I would personally, if you know what they're playing, or if they're playing like Cash, for example, I'd just like slow them down a little bit, imperm some stuff. I would imperm a Rise Heart, personally, or Shangri-La. Save this Ash. Don't let them know what you're playing, right? And then just go into it, hit them with the first evenly, right? Because you're going second with this hand. And then say they negate it. So they negate it, cool. Well, typically most people don't expect 2 evenly. So you hit them with the second one, that clears them down to 1 card, right? And then say if they try to do potential follow-up from the evenly, that's when you're going to go ahead and do the imperm. Save the imperm for your turn unless you need to imperm something very crucial that's going to stop you from being able to hit them with the evenly matched. Like if they had some negates on the board, hell, I would have just impermed the first negate so I could save another evenly matched for like the next turn, you know. It's always good. Anyways, let's assume that we hit both the evenlies, cleared the board, which I mean about 80% of the time they do if they're not negated. And then we would essentially set the big welcome, set the imperm, and then set the skill drain, right? And we're going to hold the Ash in hand, and then we would just pass here. Now it doesn't sound like a whole lot personally, but the key to this deck is timing, right? I've learned that if you shotgun this stuff, obviously you're not going to get the same result as if you hit the right timing at a crucial point for your opponent, right? So let's go with Punk, for example. Punk is just an example. They go Foxy Tune effect. Pitch, do the special, you can Ash that. Let's go with Kashtira. Kashtira has some choke points too. Honestly, 90% of the time when they put out Planet, it's usually Ash bait, but I'll still Ash that because if you Ash unicorn, then you get unicorn's other effect. Ashing planets, other chance. And let's say like let's say they're building cash board, right? We evenly them, you know, they suffered a little bit. It goes back to their turn. We'll save this ash. So once they go to start playing again, we're gonna go ahead and big welcome here. You want a big welcome and like do this stuff before you use this skill drain that you have face down, right? So you're gonna flip the lady to forward, right? We're gonna shuffle, 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 shuffle. And then essentially, since big welcome is all one effect, a lot of people, and another reason why I wanted to make this video, right, is I've ran into a lot of issues where people just don't read their cards, and then they think that you can't do things with certain cards, like Lady, for example. I'll explain all that later. So, and then Lady would come back to hand, and then you got that big welcome in the grave for next turn. Now, can you do big welcome the same turn you flipped it over? Can you do graveyard effect? No. Now, a couple interesting interactions here I want to point out before we get further into this topic, because it's going to come up. And feel free to fight me on this. I know all the rulings for it. I've been playing this deck since it came out, since before anyone thought it was going to be good. So yeah, have fun with that. But, so say if you go banish big welcome, right? And then if you have a level 8, you can bounce a card in the field, back to hand. Do you think that sets off Lady's effect to search set? No. It has to be on the field. Does the field spell Labrynth, does that set off Labrynth? Because I activate from grave mesh self. No. Has to be on the field. Remember this, guys. So essentially, right, you put this lady back into your hand. Okay? And then, you have two choices. You can get the absolute most out of it, which means while they start popping off, because right now we have this in our hand, we can go ahead and drop the fat imperm, because once skill drain's live, imperm is useless. You cannot imperm a card that's already negated. So I would go ahead and flip Lady back on the field. I mean, it's one monster. They're probably not gonna. You're not getting hit with Lava Golem if you're playing against like Cash. They're probably not gonna Kaiju you. If they do, then you know, I guess it is what it is, right? So right here, go ahead and pop the imperm, chain Lady's effect. Let's say we imperm like their Finra or something, right? Lady effect search set. We're going to set the most disruptive card for Kashtira, which is Karma Cannon, right? Because when they do that special summon, if you book that card, book that monster, right, it becomes worthless unless they have birth already. Now at this point, you can definitely 100% strong arm the skill drain if you need to, because I mean, Lady's still a beater, or you could just do a well-timed dash here, realistically. Now, so let's go ahead and try another test hand. I'll go really in depth in this topic, guys. Like, this is something that I see a lot of people screwing up when it comes to playing Lab. I remember a few weeks ago I got into a full-blown argument with someone else about Lady's effect, because they said that when you use a normal trap card or Labyrinth effect, you can't chain to it. With Lady, you can. So the special summon part, anyways. So how it works is Lady says that if a Labyrinth effect or a normal trap card has been activated, quick effect, special summon this card from your hand defense. It does not say that it has to resolve. Just says that you have to attempt to activate it. You can put out the field spell. Labyrinth, just set it on the field. You can special summon Lady over that too. Alright, let's see what this next hand's looking like, guys. I got an evenly matched again. A Lady. Karma Cannon. Compulse. Another Karma Cannon. Now this is not bad going first hand. Going first hand, I would keep these in my hand. Set these. Keep Lady in my hand, obviously. Doesn't look like much, right? But you can do a lot here, essentially. So, this is the hand, yeah? Goes their turn, they start playing. What I would do here, per se, is get them, like this evenly matched right here. You're going to hold this thing as long as possible, right? So you're going to let them build the board a little bit, you know, maybe compile something back, you know, any good stuff like that, right? Alright? And then, let's say they go battle phase, they try to kill you. You're gonna Karma Cannon that. Cool, book most of their stuff. In the battle phase, when they build the board, slap them with it evenly. Alright. Main phase 2, do nothing. Go to end phase. Special lady with the effect, because normal trap card was used this turn. And we still got the Karma Cannon in hand, we got our boss monster. Let's draw for turn. Fantastic. Pot of Duality. This is a deck that requires some draw power, so like you can run Pot of Duality, Pot of Extra, Pot of Prosperity. I'm going to tell you the reasons why I run what I run. I run Duality because usually turn 1 you don't have to special summon, and then any of your special summons you're doing you can do the following turn because, you know, trap cards exist, and they're also certain trap cards like Big Welcome, Welcome Labrynth are extenders for your deck, realistically, right? Duality is pretty good if you need to see some stuff. Extra is pretty good because your extra deck is pretty much fodder. I mean, you got like maybe, in the build I run, you got a handful of stuff that I would actually make and put on the field. Very rare. Alright. So Muttcracker is really good. She's something I make once in a while to get myself out of a situation. Unchained Abomination, I almost never have to make this, but if I have to make this, the game's probably over. Underworld Goddess jump over stuff. I usually never have to go into this. And then you got a Babushka if they're doing some weird stuff. And then you have the DDD package and the Excision Knight. And the DDD package is Deuce King, Machinax, Marksman, King Tell, and Wave King Caesar. And the rest is more or less punishment targets or ways to draw. Alright, so we're going to Duality here, right? Duality. There's another evenly match if we want it. Now, it looks like it's not great, but the evenly you really don't need now. And then 90% of the time, D-Barrier is going to cover whatever you're playing against right here. So, and then in order to benefit the most out of Lady, you just have to, you just got to put her on the field, man. You just got to set cards. Now, my main thing with this deck, right, is that, you do not want to go turn 1 and go Ariana and put Lady on the field. You're asking to get Lava Gold, right? You're asking for it. So, I mean, realistically, this is a timing thing, right? Because, like, on their turn, you can go ahead and D-Barrier, Disrupt them, Lady Search set. Now, I'm gonna create a particular hand, right? And this is like doing turn 0 stuff to your opponent, right? So here's what our hand's gonna be. We're going to get a, I'll have like a Lady, Ariana, we'll say you got like a Big Welcome in your hand. Field spell, which you run as a 1-up, right, guys? And then let's just pick something random here. Kaiju, sure. Alright, so say this is the hand we are working with right here, okay? Kaiju's good. I main deck 1. Everyone thinks it's a little weird. It's a fiend, so I can use it with Ghastly Glitch. I can bring it back. I can special it from my hand with Labrynth. There's a couple things I can do. Alright, so right here, you got a lot to unpack. So, this is the opening hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play Field Spell. Field Spell is going to make a Lady in the hand live, right? Officially. Because it is a Labrynth card. So we're going to normal summon Ariana. We're going to use the effect. Right? We're going to use this effect. Alright, so you're going to go Ariana effect, right? You're going to go Ariana effect. Remember, your Lady is live. The Kaiju is just like a freebie for following turn. So what we're going to do, we're going to go grab the clock. The clock is amazing. It's the only furniture card I do run. And they say you do not know what your opponent's playing, right? This matters greatly on how you do this, okay? This is like a good, like, you're going to do some stuff. Now, so you have the clock in hand now. This is the hand. You got an Ariana on field. We are going to go ahead, right? And we're going to set the Big Welcome. Now, Big Welcome gets an additional pop. It gets a pop with this on the field, but this does not matter on your turn 0 if you're going first. So you're going to pitch clock. What clock says is if you have a Labrynth monster on the field when you pitch it, you can use a trap card the same turn you set it. You're going to fire this big welcome off, right? So you're going to big welcome. And there's a little loop you can do with this. This is why I'm making this video. Into Lovely. And then big welcome says put a card back in your hand. We're going to put Ariana back in the hand. So this is the hand now. And then we're going to go effect of Lovely. Since it's turn 0 and you've gone first, you're going first, you're in the middle going first, right? You're going to do the effect to do the hand rip, right? Rip a card out of hand at random. And then after that, you're going to proceed to go Lovely effect. You're going to set the big welcome and you just use. I mean, it'd be cool to, you know, it'd be really cool to leave it in graveyard, right? Now in this situation, I know I mentioned earlier, right? Because the reason for this is you're going to do the same combo again. Now, I know I mentioned earlier about not having 2 monsters on the field with this, especially going first, but you're going to for multiple reasons for this combo, right? So at this point, Lady is more than live. We're going to special her. We're going to end on this. We're going to go to draw phase. Now in draw phase, when you go to use your trap again, Lovely's going to make it happen unless they have an imperm or something because they can't respond to it with a monster. So in draw, we're going to big welcome again. We're going to take this Q clock though. You guys are going to love this. So big welcome and then Lady. Lady, we are going to grab... You can grab any kind of removal in this situation because, like, you got to remember the Labrynth's on the field, so this Ariana is coming to the field, 100%. So here I would probably grab either... We're going to grab Ghastly. Ghastly's way better than people let it on the B. Grab that and just search set, right? So big welcome's going to go, okay, we're going to take this Q clock, we're going to special it, we're going to put it back in hand, which gives us access to the clock, right? Alright, cool. We're still in draw phase. Lovely effect. Rip another card out of their hand, right? Okay. And then, so we go to standby, we get a main, right? This is like my favorite combo of this because, like, if you put them on a top deck situation, you can just keep doing this back and forth and then just every time they draw, rip a card so they're ending up with nothing. So let's say they start the, you know, combo off, they put out normal summon, you don't like that normal summon. And I'm the only lab player I know who's running Ghastly Glitch, by the way. And I know a couple lab players now. I haven't seen this thing used online, but it's free spot removal. It's fucking free, guys. So we're going to go Ghastly. We're going to target and we're going to pop, right? Target a card in the field, pop it, dump, backjack, right? And backjack, this combo right here, literal one of each. Worst case scenario, if you think it's not going to work, just don't run it. These are flex spots here. But backjack has won me a lot of games because of, you know, if you use it properly. Alright, so what'll happen here is we're going to go backjack 1, field spell 2, right? Field spell 2, we're going to special summon an Ariana in defense mode. We have this clock, which we would have already pitched actually, but yeah. So we have the clock, we pitched the clock in order to make this make the Ghastly Glitch happen. And then so backjack 1, this 2, special summon this, backjack effect. Remember, this is their turn. So we have an evenly matched, but this is fine, this is okay. We can still stack the hand a little bit. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a shot in the dark, right? We didn't like that stuff anyways. We're going to go ahead and resolve Ariana. Now, we already have a Lady on field that was special summoned this turn, so we're going to go grab something else. We don't have a Welcome Labrynth in rotation. For the best fundamentals I've seen with this deck, you need to get a big Welcome and a Welcome Labrynth in rotation pretty much as soon as possible, because one recurs and the other one is just free compulsies. Right? So this is the hand now. Ghastly Glitch is in the grave. You still have the Kaiju for if they play it out. And then we're going to give another little cut. Then we're going to go ahead and backjack effect, yeet into the darkness. Hopefully we hit a trap here, guys. It's evenly matched, but here's the thing, that's fine. We are fine here. Because, like, that evenly match is live. They clear board, we evenly match them. Real simple, right? Now this isn't bad, and then in the course of from your turn to their turn, you've already ripped 2 cards out of their hand, removed 1 card on the field, and then special summoned 2 monsters, plus use the Lady effect, the Lovely effect, Ariana effect, have follow-up in your hand. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Now, there is another little combo I'll show you that is really, really nice. I'll show you this one too. This involves OTKing with this deck. And yes, you can do it. You can definitely do it. It's really easy. Okay, so let's say for this, you don't need to like a specific hand. You just need a couple cards. So we're going to go Big Welcome, Heavenly, alright. Let's say you already have Lady. And seeing I see Lady all the time, so it's not like that's like an unrealistic thing. She's a 3-up. Ariana. Field spell. Now, we're going to go ahead and just draw the 6th card because it doesn't really matter. You could do this going second to win. Realistically, it just depends on what kind of board they end on, right? Okay. So, they build a little board and pass, right? So we're going to we draw a compulse. That's fine. So here's the play. Here's the line. So first, you're going to reveal Lord. Lord's revealed now. This matters because, I mean, if they flip back row, it's free. Even if you flip yours this turn, which, by the way, you're going to, it is also free. So, you're going to go normal summon Ariana effect. We're going to go grab the clock. I might run a second clock, guys. I'm really thinking about it because I got a bent out of shape Ariana that's a little tore up. Like this. Don't let your wife open your mail. It'll look like this afterwards. Yeah. Anyways. Grab the clock because the clock is very important here. Lady is officially live now too, by the way. Okay. So what we're going to do is we go and drop out that field spell right there. We're going to set the big welcome. We're going to pitch the clock. Alright. We are going to go big welcome. Yeah. We're going to do this. Bring Ariana back. Then we're going to go Lovely and Lord and Lady. So Lovely, Lord, Lady. Lady's going to chain block. Lady's going to special. Lord's going to come out. Lord effect. We're going to just go grab whatever we really need. We still got a compulse too. Realistically here, I'd grab like a probably welcome Labrynth so we can trade pop. Which, by the way, this and this, we already trade and popped 1 card on their field. And then depending on their hand, we just rip a card out of their hand. If not, we do a trade pop with Lovely. So realistically, we've already popped 2 cards. We'll say we popped 2 cards on their field, right? So that's already 2 things gone. That's getting set. Compulse is going to get set. Ariana being the hand for next turn. Swing, deal with their field. Now essentially, if I sat this up turn 1, I would have left Lord in hand, left Lovely in hand. Like, I wouldn't have done the Lovely play until their turn, right? For maximum timing. And then from here, you just will sit on the compulse and the welcome. And then you would Lovely reset, right? So if you couldn't get through their defenses here, which this deck is very hard for a first turn kill. They have to really screw it up. You just got to absolutely roll them, right? So go back to their turn, right? On the draw, we'll go big welcome, grab clock, put it back in hand, pop a card on the field with this because this gives this text, this gives this extra text, and then Lovely effect. Probably rip a card out of hand. And then while we're still in the draw, we could also go welcome Labrynth, chain Lady. Lady's gonna search set something. We're gonna just say like Ghastly again. And this is in their draw phase. We're trying to clean up their board right now. And the welcome Labrynth's gonna bring out another Lady, right? Now this is where it gets disgusting, because that field spell is still there, and the field spell gets set off by normal trap cards that are not Labrynth cards. So you've already gotten that. You have a clock in hand too, remember that. So we're going to go ahead and clock it. Clock it and lock it, right? We're going to go ahead and clock it. We're going to go ahead and Ghastly. We're going to pop a card in their field. So in the draw phase of their turn, we've already ripped another card out. Well, we've already traded for 1, 2, 3, right? So we'll say we traded for 2 cards on the field and then did a lovely effect and cleared 1 out of the hand, which is fine. Most people don't see it as, oh, that's not a lot, like that's a lot or whatever. It's not. It's a lot. So we're gonna dump Backjack. That's gonna go. Then we're gonna go Labrynth 1, Backjack 2. Backjack. Look at the top 3. Fun fact, you do not need to show your opponent this because you are not adding anything. We're going to put a punishment on top because that's going to be just a wet. And Labrynth. Special summon Ariana. Ariana 1, Backjack 2, because we don't want those punishments to get shuffled away, right? The Backjack's going to reveal the top one, set it. Ariana's going to go grab. So here we got a welcome. We got a big welcome in rotation already, realistically. We can grab another Lady, which is kind of poor taste in my opinion to grab another Lady here. But I would grab a big welcome for follow-up, right? Because then on your turn, because you have this in your hand for the following turn, right? But then on your turn, you can banish this, get rid of it, trade another card, right? And then we can still settle on the compulse and the punishment. This deck has no problems like outing towers or anything like that. Like if you're playing against Cash specifically, I'll just try to evenly them or like slow them down. Then on my turn, I'll just set a bunch of cards. I figure while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and show you like the side deck I currently use for like locals and regionals and stuff. It is a little spicy. There's a couple of flex spots in there, right? Couple of flex spots. Okay, so my side deck is double Gozen. Alright, mainly for Cash matchup. 1 Eradicator, should be 2, I just don't have 2. And 1 Rivalry because it's not that good right now. We have the triple Judgments because, again, Judgment. Double Dogwood because our deck is very grindy, right? And it will go into time quite often, depending if your opponent tries to slow you down the whole time. 1 Duster, Clear Like, because people were playing Royal Decree for some reason in 2023. 2 Droll because Droll kind of hits the format, and then my flex spot, triple Raigeki, because nothing's funnier than baiting they're gonna get a Raigeki to hit them evenly, or just saying 2 Raigekis that are, you know, gold, for example, and them wasting their time on it. Now, I'll keep putting up more videos as I keep adapting the lab deck, but as of right now, like Floodgate wise for the main, as you can see, I run 2 Floodgates on the side, and do not call D-Barrier a Floodgate. It is not a Floodgate. It is a it temporarily stops you. It's not a permanent thing, right? But the only Floodgate I play in the main that's a legitimate Floodgate is Skill Drain, and even with this deck, you need to play it correctly. You have to play around it. You can do Big Welcome. I'll show you a real quick play, actually, something that I do to people all the time that they hate, right? So we're gonna take a Big Welcome, an Ariana, and a Skill Drain. This does work. Yes, I've checked. It 100% works. So the goal here is to resolve Ariana's effect while under Skill Drain. Very simple. So here's the plan. So let's say this is engrave, right? This is already live. You need your search. 100%. Now, Skill Drain states that even while underneath Skill Drain, you can attempt to activate effects. They'll just activate, then resolve, not resolve. So we're going to go, no Ariana, effect. And then I'll ask my opponent, like, is this good? He's like, no. I'll be like, chain big welcome, target Ariana. Put it back in my hand. Guess what? Your effect just resolved because it's not on the field on res. It's going back to hand. It pisses a lot of people off. I don't personally care. But that's how it works, unfortunately, guys. It's probably the coolest interaction you guys have with this deck. But realistically, that's all I got for you guys right now. I'll do some other combo videos. I'll keep updating Lab. I'm going to be playing it all year until I see a trap deck that is pretty spicy show up, or something that's control-y. Or if, engage goes back to 3. That's all I got for you guys. Like, subscribe. Thank Austin for the new sleeves if you see them. If not, we still always have the old sleeves as well. Team sleeves, we getting out there. We got 1,100 plus subs right now. Our sponsor is still going as well. Soon to be monetized. So, aside from that, we'll see you guys at the Lexington Regional on the 22nd. As long as, nothing drastic comes up between now and then. And then Columbus on the 29th. Thanks for watching. Take care.